Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Act On podcast for World Mental Health Day, exploring what life has been like for young Londoners over the last 18 months following the coronavirus outbreak. Together with me is four young amazing Londoners, and we will be exploring why they have joined or to take part in this episode today and what it actually means to them. My name is Ahmed Mohammed, and I will ask the other young Londoners to also introduce themselves, starting from my right hand.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ramel, and I'm here today because I think mental health is an important part of the world that's always overlooked, and it's important to discuss what's going on and how we can change it. I'm gonna pass it on to you.
Alima. Hello, everyone. My name's Alima Faye. I have recently graduated from university studying photography, and during my final major project, I created a book, a photography book based on black men's mental health, specifically looking at black men. So yeah, I'm here to continue conversations around mental health and keep the ball rolling.
Great.
Hello everyone, I'm Sansia. I've also recently graduated from studying youth studies. I'm a part of a black mental health charity. I'm a trustee talking about mental health within the black community. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
My name's Kismet Mayon. I'm also a recent graduate too. I studied politics and international relations, and I think mental health is a really important topic and needs to be discussed, especially for those who are most vulnerable within society. A lot of things need to be brought to the surface so people can be supported a lot better. And I think events like this are necessary and important. So, yeah.
Wow, amazing. Like I said, amazing for young Londoners doing great works in our society today around mental health or helping other young people. Obviously, like the past 18 months has been really challenging, not just for young people, but everyone in general, globally as well. But then I just wanted to find out more about you guys, tell me about your experiences during COVID. What did you find easy? What did you find, very challenging? Or did COVID actually kind of change you as a person or to help people more? Or were you just indoors, didn't know what to do, Anyone can start.
For me personally, I think it was a weird one because throughout the first half of COVID, I was kind of reserved. Like I was just in my house. Like I was thinking, I don't know what to do. Like everything's shut. Like it had an effect on my mental state. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I was borderline depressed, if you want to say that. And to be honest, like I was thinking all day. Like there's not much else to do. I was just thinking, and I thought to myself, like I can't just let this situation just ruin me. So I said, okay, what can I do to take my mind off sitting at home doing nothing? I started doing graphic design because obviously during school I used to do media and these kind of things. I created magazines and so on. So I said, okay, let me take my skills and put it to use. So throughout the second half of the lockdown, I was more productive because I was using that spare time to do something and to actually hone my skills rather than just thinking.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. Because I've also heard, art therapy is very good for mental health. Just using your skills, your initiative to design something, you just take your mind off. No, that's great to hear.
I've been a big fan of art therapy. It's personally helped me a lot over the pandemic. Different type of art, I would say more like my poetry. Like having that community there was such an amazing thing for me, like having online open mic nights, just being able to know that there's still a world out there that you can connect with. And I think the biggest thing was like human connection, just not having that, not having, someone to like properly talk to or just even hug. Like it was weird. Being a care leaver, there was a lot of issues, as you can imagine, in the first half of the pandemic. And then, things kind of got better, like working from home started off kind of difficult because I guess like most people, you didn't know when to stop working. But I've actually grown to like it a lot more now, because it's like something that I can adjust into my life and make it work around me, which allows me to do more with my time and just work more effectively. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. What about yourself? Sansia?
Yeah, I would say the human interaction was a major one for me, because I'm like a huggy person. It's like, hey, and then it's like, you can't go out, you can't hug anyone, so it was really difficult for me. But I'm very productive, I'm always working, so I feel like at the beginning of the pandemic it was really good for me, because I got a moment to myself to say, do you know what, I'm actually drained, I need to relax and take a step back. But then now I'm still like working again, so didn't really learn anything from that.
For me, I was at the end of my university course when lockdown happened. So that was super difficult for me. I'm one of those people that need to be at uni to do work, because I can't work at home. But I was forced to, and that was so difficult. I didn't even think I was going to finish university, which was, there was a real wake-up call. It was like, I need to get this done ASAP. But I think from then it was just super difficult. I think, my mental health slipped as well. Then I moved back home to be with my family, which kind of helped. That human interaction definitely helped me a lot. And then from there, I kind of, used my initiative and figured that I should put my book into the world. And around that time, it was when George Floyd was murdered. So it was super relevant to put my book out there at the time. Definitely a roller coaster.
It's really, well done. I can't wait to hear more about, your book as well. Like, so far what I've been hearing is, the pandemic happens, and for amazing young people, you're used to like being productive out there, not sitting in one place, just helping people, helping yourself, to now staying indoors to have to do your work. And not everyone will have the ability to kind of like think of, what else can I do to help my mental health? But it seems like from all the conversation that we've been hearing, you were able to kind of like think different and do something different, not just to help your community, but also to support your own mental health as well. What would you say you actually missed the most during the pandemic? Obviously, no night clubbing, no seeing friends. What did you miss the most?
I would say being able to multitask and be on 2 different Zoom at once. Now that you have to go in, it's like I can't be on Zoom on the bus because too much noise. So that's one thing I'm going to miss the most. And like having like the mentality to just strive and just keep going and just have like 3-4 Zooms up. I can't do that now. It's like I have to get back into the routine of becoming normal.
Wow, I know sometimes people think you have no time from one meeting to another, Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, but I can relate to that, And for yourself, Alima?
What do I miss about?
What did you miss the most during the pandemic?
Oh, during? I think routine, like getting up, getting in the shower, going to uni, thinking what am I going to have for lunch. During the time, it was just home, have some breakfast, Netflix. Might get some uni work done. How
all in that boat, man.
Exactly. That, and you had to like create a whole nother routine that just consisted of just nothing, which was very dead.
And for yourself?
I think what I missed the most was just linking up with friends and that because I'm a person that I like my own company, but then I have moments where I do want to be around people, and then the struggle of you can't social bubble and 6 people and all of that. It's just, it makes it difficult for you to be around people, and sometimes when you're in that mood where you feel like you want company and you can't get it, it's not good for you.
I'm getting flashbacks.
I'm gonna miss. Weirdly, so is it what I'm gonna miss?
Yeah, what did you miss the most, like during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was more like just being able to have like barbecues, carnival, all these like things that you always get excited for during summer, and summer was just written off. So that was very peak. But I mean, there's so much. It's so weird because it just feels like it was so long ago, even though it wasn't, and we're still sort of coming out of it. But yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot that I missed. There was definitely a lot.
Yeah. Like for me personally, I missed a lot of things, but one of the things I miss the most is just playing football on the Saturdays, the way my routine just changed because that's something I always look forward to, the weekend as well. And, COVID happened. There's a lot of young people that actually, lost their jobs or couldn't further their education. And perhaps in terms of the future as well, not many people are really optimistic about the future. Has COVID changes your own kind of mindset in terms of how you should plan for the future? Are you anxious about the future or are you more optimistic?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good one. I would say to plan for the future, I think because a lot of people lost jobs during COVID and it affect their mental health, like maybe start up a business, like what's the niche in the market, like what's someone not providing and create that for the people. But I don't know what that is yet.
True. But you've got a plan. Yeah.
I think it's super important to have balance as well, like to not be so fixed on like I don't mean to sound like irresponsible, but not be so fixed on the future, like kind of find that balance between living for today and tomorrow because we don't know what could happen next week. We're in lockdown now and now you can't go out, so.
So I would probably say, to be honest, one of the most important lessons from the lockdown is anything can happen. So you always have to have a backup because a lot of the people that had jobs and lost them during COVID, they had no backup, which is why it was such a struggle for them because they had nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
So they was kind of lost, like, what do I do now? I don't know, like, you get me? So I feel like it's important to always have a backup just in case something happens and what you're doing, you can't do it anymore.
True.
I think the biggest thing for me that I'll take away in respect of like future planning and that is, like have like a 5-year loose plan, but go easy on yourself, give yourself breaks. And like you said, anything can happen at any point. So if your life deters, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah, if your life deters a little bit from your plan, just don't like beat yourself up about it and just give yourself that time just to, do you know what I mean, understand you're on your journey, and don't compare yourself to other people. Like other people like have very different lives, have very different startups, and just don't compare and just have more faith and believe in what you want to create.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I was just reflecting on what you guys have been saying as well, because there will be a lot of young people listening to this. And so far, what 4 of you have been saying is during COVID, you were able to think different or kind of get yourself motivated. What actually motivated you to keep yourself going? Because it might not be easy for other young people to just pick themselves up and said, I want to do this, just to keep me going, just to help my own mental health. What really motivated you? Or is there someone that check on you, push you, be like, you have to do something, you have to go out for a run when we could?
I won't lie, for me, it was work. Like, getting a phone call from Rob talking about I really want to push for the Youth Citizen Service Channel, and then like having meetings with Bex and yourself and like getting a team together, and I was like, right, I feel like I've got something to do and like keep my mind like diverted from all the BS going on in the world, and actually like try help young people with like actual laws and advice that could help them. Like so many people having housing issues and whatnot during the pandemic, so I think that really gave me like the energy to be like, all right, there's a purpose and try to fulfill it. And if you're not going to be okay, then how are you going to try to tell someone else to be okay? Do you know what I mean? So I guess in a way that was my motivation.
Great. Sanshia?
I'd say like personally losing a lot of people and like seeing people just drop out left, right and centre, regardless if it was COVID or not. It's like it gave me the motivation and the strength to say, do you know what, they can't continue their journey to say this is what I wanted to do. And you talk to young people, you listen to people's story and they're like, oh yeah, I want to do that in the future, I want to do this in the future. And then tomorrow it's like, but I spoke to you yesterday. And it's like, it's a wake up call, because it's like, okay, so what do I want to do? And it gives me like the strength and the motivation, because I feel like they're becoming my ancestors, so they're helping me and pushing me forward. The dead is the living.
That's powerful, that.
I would probably say I definitely had influence from Yeah, from my friend Jay. He's always on my case. You get me?
Big up, Jay.
Lets me be
Big up
unproductive.
Jay.
He never lets me be unproductive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think mostly it's about like I just wasn't content with being unhappy. Like I was just sitting there being unhappy, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be feeling like this. So I need to find something that's gonna take me out of this zone, and that's probably the driving force that made me actually say, all right, cool, it's time now.
Great, great. You know, it's always good to have positive people around us, you know. Yeah. Halima?
I'd agree with that. I think for me it was more like I don't like feeling like I'm just doing nothing, like I'm just wasting away.
Yeah.
I went on walks a lot. I was one of those people.
No, same.
Literally.
Bike rides and all.
Yep, bike rides, everything. Feeding ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think my mum as well was super helpful. She basically, I'm graduating in October. So she's saying that she wants a cap and gown herself and she wants to come up with
I love
me.
it.
But she basically held my hand through it as well. So
Bless.
yeah, she, amazing.
Great, great. You know, we just wish every young person to have positive people around them, you know, someone that can really push them as well. I would say for me, myself, first period of lockdown, I was just at home. Then I had a friend that called me like, why not do something on Instagram? You know, I did one episode. Then my manager at the GLA, Rebecca Palmer, she was like, we'll support you to do more. Then I started doing videos on YouTube around mental health, just inspiring videos and interviewing like professionals and young people on Instagram. And it was really great. So that just kept me going. I would say I become more creative during the pandemic than any other time. And I'm just, keep doing those work now. It's been great so far. And also, when we look back at this period and reflect upon the challenges we faced during COVID, what is the one thing we must learn from the most?
I'd say one thing that you must learn is that you have people to support you. Because even though I didn't mention it, I do have a counsellor, and she started at the beginning of COVID, and she's still sticking with me throughout. So, yeah.
I think one thing that's important is that, like, you've always got to check your circle, because you see the people around you, they can either make or break you. Because if you're going through a tough time and you have the right people around you, they will come with positive energy and it will change the way how you feel. If you have the wrong people around you, they can make you feel worse, or they can even be the cause of the issue in the first place. So you definitely need to make sure you know who's around you and what they're bringing.
True. That reminds me of that Wizkid song, Bad Energy, Go Far Away. It's going well by itself, kids. Yeah.
It's a tricky one. There's so much that you can take from what's happened. I would just say, like, tap into yourself more. Not you're not always gonna have everyone or someone around. And learn to love yourself in your own company, and learn more about yourself, your hobbies, your interests, and grow on yourself, innit? Like, grow and just be everything you want to be without the restraints that you can give yourself at times.
True.
Just have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah. And Sancha, what would you say is the one thing we must work together to make sure it never happens again in a time of crisis?
I say prevention is better than cure. So think of everything that could, would, should, maybe would happen, and look for a cure before it actually happens. Because, like, the weather, England is never prepared for the rain, but it's always raining.
This is so true.
And what's the thing that sticks, in your mind the most?
I don't know, maybe the importance of like exercise, being physical. I think having me time, dedicating time to yourself, if that means going for a walk or sitting in a nice bath with candles and stuff. The importance of having alone time and taking that time out for yourself is super key.
True. Ramel?
I would say just I don't know if this has been said already, but just maintaining a balance, like, in life, because the key to life is balance. If you don't balance what's going on, it's gonna come on top of you. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to know what's going on. You're going to be like, hold on a minute. Like, you get me? You're going to be all confused. So you just need to be able to balance everything, not just two things. It needs to be everything. It needs to be equal, because if not, then
I think for me, I would say just appreciate every moment and live for now. Don't stress yourself too much about the future. I just want to say it's been great, having all four amazing, individuals here, and you continue to shine. Hopefully, one day I'll be seeing you guys on TV in high position, about, just fighting for all young people. And I don't know if you guys are comfortable, to share your social media handles so people can follow you and the work that you do. Romeo, I don't know, is there either Twitter or Instagram?
yeah, I got Instagram. It's at S did it 2 times 2x.
Can you spell that?
SDIDIT 2x.
Thanks, Romeo. Yeah, that's Romeo there. Follow Romeo.
Kizzy here, and it's at k.i.z.z.i, and that's IG.
Thanks, Kizzy.
And I'm at Sancia's podcast at SANCIA podcast. And that's on Instagram and Twitter.
Thank you, Sancia.
My Instagram is Alima Faye. That's ALIMAFAYE. And then also my website is alimafv.uk.
Thank you very much, all of you, and I wish you all the best in the future. Continue to be the inspiring, amazing individuals that you are. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.